Focus. Okay. Hi everyone. I don't know why I do that and then my voice shakes so much and then I start panicking. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for the response that I got to the last video. It means so much to me. Like, I put this out there. First of all, I wasn't going to put this out there. Like, that's how nervous I was. Nervous is not the right word. I was terrified. Like, I'm obviously putting a part of myself out there that I hadn't even told my parents. It took me 4 months to do that. Like, it was a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of, oh my god, I can't do this. How can you make me do this? Like, do you know what I mean? This is big. To finally dropping that and like it's getting over 2k views in 3 days is absolutely crazy to me. Like, I just like what? I put this out there to help other people, and so to then be blessed by that is nuts, you know. If there's any way that like people get inspired by that video, or you know, it gives somebody the push to get therapy or the push to be more open to their friends and family, then I feel good. Like, that's what I want. Okay, so then the other thing is this is something that I have always thought about doing. Like, it was always something that like my friends said, you know what, Chisara, you would be good at. People have always said, do this. I have never wanted to do this because I don't know what it is. I'm just a really nervous person. Like, I stress about everything. And then I just like took myself out of doing stuff, and there's no need for that. It's 2021. I just feel like, you know what, this has been a really difficult year. I'm just going to do this for myself. Like, if it becomes a thing, like people want to watch me and listen to what I have to say, like, nice. Do you know what I mean? Cool. And then if that's not the case, like, at least I'm doing something that's fun. Like, I get to put makeup on when we can't go out. It's fun. Like, I have the gift of the gab. I love talking, so I'm going to do exactly that. And you know, if anybody enjoys that, then we move. So obviously I thought like the best way to go about this would be to, you know, like a lot of people didn't know me, so I just thought like I would do like a get to know me and just answer questions. You know, my sister gave me some, I found some online. I didn't ask anybody like to send me any questions because, like I said, I'm nervous. Another big thing, if I'm being very honest, is I don't want anybody out there thinking like, oh, I'm trying to capitalize off something that was obviously very personal to me, very traumatic. Why not? I've done it. I've put it out there. It's on YouTube. Why not? That's honestly like my mood, and I'm trying to get to a place in the new year where like I just don't really care what other people think. I always tell people I don't care what you think, or like I don't care what that person thinks, but yeah, I do. No, I do. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I don't like. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it. The first question is, what is your name and what does your name mean? I did this in my last video, but my name is Chisara. Chisara Moku, which means God answered my prayers. Where are you from? Where were you born? Where did you grow up? This is like 3 questions in one because they're all the same thing. I was born in London, United Kingdom, but I was here only for a little bit, like just so my mom could like, you know, recuperate. And then I went back to Lagos, which is where my dad lives and where my family, you know, like a whole bunch of my extended family lives in Lagos, Nigeria. And that's where I grew up. So I was there till I was 15, and then I moved back to the UK to like continue education and whatnot. So I moved here specifically for A-levels. Okay, what are your favorite things about yourself? I like my eyes. Like, if we're starting with physical things, I like my eyes. Like, I don't like the fact that they're so huge. I feel like they take such a big chunk of my face. But I like my eyes. Like that's always been like a favor of mine. I like the way I think as well. I'm very self-aware, and I feel like that's a good skill to have, like navigating like, you know, adulthood and life. It's important to be self-aware. That's how somebody will not be telling you, Sarah, you don't know me. I know me. Okay? I know when like I've messed up. I know when like I have to say sorry. Like I know when I need to come clean about something. Like I know when, do you know what I mean? I'm self-aware. I think those would be like my two favorite things. Oh, I like my sense of humor. Honestly, I feel like this is why I get on so well with Nigerians. Honestly, anywhere in the world I go to, there's a Nigerian, I'm gonna get along with you. Which of your parents are you more like? My mother. My mom. In the way that I look and in the way that I act, for the most part. Not everything, but yes, I do act like my mom and I look like my mom. What is your ethnic background? I am Nigerian on my dad's side. So my dad and his family are Igbo, so I'm from Imo State on my dad's side. And then on my mom's side, I'm part German. So her mom is German from Dresden. And I'm Nigerian also on my mom's dad's side. So I'm a quarter German and 3/4 Nigerian. I feel like every time people ask like, oh, where are you from? That's really what they're asking me. Like, why are you so yellow? The actual, like, being this, you know, like complexion, I don't know why that is, because I'm, like I've just said, I'm 3/4 like black. And my siblings don't look like me, and I'm even more light-skinned than my mom. I think that it maybe somebody somewhere was albino, and that's why. Genetics, you know. What is your biggest accomplishment? I would say putting out the video that I did. God, if you even know how much I psyched myself up to do that, how many people had to be like, Chisara, drop it now. And even when I dropped it, like at that 12 p.m. when I did that thing, I paced around my house for 2 hours. I was just walking up and down. My mom was irritated. She's like, if you don't sit down. That definitely is probably, I feel like that's one of the most important things I have ever done in my life. And I feel like that was like a very big accomplishment. I hope, you know, that there's more to come. Oh, sorry. Part of the question was also what has required the most courage of you in your life so far? It was that. It wasn't even going through like all of the, you know, like dealing with grief for the past 2.5 years. It was actually like talking about it to the masses. I feel like that definitely required the most courage of me, because I had become very private. That took a lot out of me. What inspires you? I think I'm very much like a career person. Like, I don't have an entrepreneurial spirit in me. Like, I have absolutely no qualms working for the man, or like doing a 9 to 5 and climbing the ranks. Like, I've never felt like, oh, I want to start my business. So it's not for everybody. Like, it's just never been for me. But I am inspired by people who do that. I'm inspired by a lot of Black women in particular, just I guess women in general, who are, you know, bringing home bread in their bags. I follow so many like cool women on LinkedIn and just like looking at what they do, trying to like pick their brain. Like, I feel like that's something that inspires me a lot. Another thing, this is really random, but another thing that I do with some of my friends when we're really down, and I'm not materialistic, or like, please don't get that impression, but when we're really down, we go to Selfridges or like Harrods and we just like walk around and look at all the stuff that's in there, and it just makes it just reminds us that, oh, like, we need to get this bread. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we want to be able to do all of that stuff, get all of that stuff for ourselves, and just like be comfortable. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I like Haagen-Dazs salted caramel. That is an elite flavor of ice cream. But like in general, I don't really like ice cream. I like sorbet, and I just like all the fruits like mango, passion fruit, strawberry, Those would be like my go-tos. If I was ever going to go to like an ice cream parlor, I would always get sorbet. But if I had to get ice cream, it would be Haagen-Dazs salted caramel. These are such random questions, I'm so sorry. What is your favorite physical activity? I don't do that. I don't know sports. Is it sports? I don't know basketball, football. I don't know and I don't care. I don't give a heck. What is your favorite type of clothing? I dress always, like if you see me on the road, if you see me in the shop, I dress like I'm always on my way to the airport. I feel like anything that's comfortable, I'm wearing it. My favorite way to pass time. I like my bed a lot. I like just lying down in my bed. It is my sanctuary, it's my best friend. Honestly, I do a lot of just lying down in my bed. I'm also a big film fan, I guess. Film, like anything to do with TV and film, like I've watched almost everything, and that's like including like a lot of old stuff. When I say old, I'll cap it at like the 70s, anything from the 70s downwards I've watched. I don't know, sometimes life is, it's a lot, and I like to get lost in TV and film. More recently, I would say YouTube, more for like research purposes, like just kind of seeing what like people put out there as content, or like, just finding weird corners of stuff. Another thing that I like to do to pass the time, and I know that this will be received with mixed reviews or whatever, but I just love gisting. If you're not Nigerian, gist is like, it's just English. I guess the English version of the word would be gossip, but like, not maliciously. Like, I just like the tea. Like, there's nothing more exciting to me than like you hanging out with your friends. You guys have like a glass of wine, and the tea is just spilling. It is my absolute favorite thing. Obviously, I don't repeat anything or anything like that, but like, it's fun to hear the tea but not be the tea. So that's a little bit of hypocrisy on my part, but I guess I like hanging out with my friends. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Wash your hands. Guys, we're in a pandemic. Please wash your hands. Also, if I'm wearing makeup, I take it off. I don't like wearing makeup. I like to put it on and take pictures and stuff. Like I would put it on to do this, but like I'll take it right off after. I don't like makeup. What is your all-time favorite town or city and why? New York. It was the last place I remembered being like truly happy. Like I was just so happy the entire time I was there. I was with my friends and I just had such a good time. I always have a good time when I'm in New York. It's a whole vibe. It's a bit of me. And I just like how everybody's so expressive, and I like how the city, like Manhattan in particular, like just makes me feel so small. Everything is so big. Yeah, I love New York. Are you high maintenance? Okay, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. It's not that I'm high maintenance, but like I have my moments where I'm tapped. In saying that, like to be fair, a lot of that hasn't like been my fault. That's been my response to the things that have happened, but like I can be a lot. 100%, I can be a lot. Like I get mood sometimes, and my response to that recently has been to just kind of announce that, you know what I mean, I'm not in the mood, and then look myself up in my room. But high maintenance in the aspect of like taken care of, and like no, I mean, it'd be nice, yeah, it'd be nice to be taken out and like go and get a drink, like go and eat. I would like to be spoiled in my life. I feel like I deserve that, but I'm not high maintenance. I do not require that of the person that I am with. Honestly, truly working towards being able to just kind of do all of that stuff for myself anyway, which is pretty much the case. Like I don't need it to be nice, Sha. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? I do not avoid conflict. I honestly do not see anything wrong with having a spat or two with your friends or your family. Like I feel like that is real love. it's not normal to like just be okay with everybody all the time. That's very, very strange to me. In saying that, like, I don't like go around looking for trouble, do you know what I mean? But if there's something that needs to be addressed, I'm going to be like, oh hi, like, I have a bone to pick with you. In saying that, though, like, especially recently, like, the older I get, not everything deserves my attention. Like, I don't feel the need to like call people out all the time and be like, oh, you did this. But for things that are really big that I know will affect the way I interact with you, we're good to talk about it, like, whether you like it or not. And we're good to hash it out. Like, the goal is always to hash it out, and never because I want to fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's because I love you. Are you a dog person or a cat person? I'm both. I've had both in my lifetime. I love pets. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in your life? I mean, I lived on Brick Lane. You can honestly take your pick. Every day in that place was like a battlefield. It was just you put on your armor. It was like Mortal Kombat, but fight to the finish. And there's nothing I'm not seeing. My friends know. If you're coming to Chisara's house, you're gonna see or hear something mad. Is it not Brick Lane? Do you have a whole lot of acquaintances or just a very few close friends? Why? I have both. I definitely see the value in both. Like, I'm a very friendly person. Like, I'm never going to meet you and be like, unless I don't like you, which is rare. But like, what I'm trying to say, I do have a lot of acquaintances, people who like over the years actually have lucky become friends. But then I have like my guys, like I have like my, my date unos. And I see the value of both. Like, I was talking about this to my mom over Christmas the other day. My mom has like maybe 6 friends, and she's always looking at me like, why do you know so many people? Like, it's like a recurring thing in my house. Like, why does Chisa know so many people? I don't know, it's fun. Like, it goes back to like me saying this is how I am. Like, this is what I like to do. Like, I like to talk to people, I like to meet people. Like, I feel like people are cool. And you always learn so much, and you never know when like just being a good person or like meeting somebody would get to you in life. Like, that's life. Like, that's how you meet people. Like, that's how you build a network. That's how you meet amazing people. I say that to say that there is value in having both acquaintances and friends. What is your most used swear word? I'm going to try and keep all these videos PG-13, so I'm not going to say it, but the F word, 100%. I have a very bad pot mouth. Like, it's bad. Like, I just, yeah. That is my most used swear word. Are you in a relationship or are you single? I am single. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. What is something you look for in a partner? I think kindness. Like, I'm really attracted to kindness. I feel like I would look at somebody or like before. First of all, guys don't like speak to me. Like, I'm going to say it's because I'm just like so terribly beautiful. And like they just don't know what to do with themselves. But like, I don't know what it is. I was actually having a really weird conversation with my friend, and he was like, we were talking about this, and like, it's a thing. Like, people don't move to me. If somebody were to move to me, it would be kindness. Like, I'm really attracted to kindness. Like, I feel like you can see it in someone's eyes, or you can see it in how they act, like, to the people around them. You can see it when they're angry, when they're upset. You can see it come out. See it in how they speak to people who like wait on them, like their staff. Yeah, kindness is like a big thing for me. I feel like I also like notice how people dress. I don't really care about looks, I'll be very honest with you, and I know that that's very mad to say, but like, I really don't. I've always just felt like I'm beautiful enough for whoever it was I'm with. Like, I'm good. Like, you just have to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, I'm okay. I guess like I would be looking for somebody who would allow me to be myself. And I mean myself, like all the aspects of myself. Like, and I wouldn't constantly have to explain myself to somebody, or I wouldn't have to feel like That was my speaker. Or I wouldn't have to explain myself to someone constantly, or like I wouldn't like, I don't know. I feel like whoever is meant for you will get you, like will understand your jokes, will know when you're joking and know when you're serious, and would, you know, take all of you, like the good, the bad, the ugly. And I feel like I want to be with somebody who is forgiving. I mean, I'm not perfect, like I've done stuff that I'm not proud of, but I feel like the older I get, the more I realize that I don't think there's anything I wouldn't forgive if I wasn't, like if I was 100% sure you would forgive me of the same. I feel like I would forgive anything. But in this life, never say never, because you never know. People push your boundaries every day. How many relationships have you been in? I mean, if I count, like when I was really young, like when I was 11, I'm madly in love with this guy. I would say like 3, because I really did. Like I liked him for like 3 years, 3 or 4 years of my life. But 3, like I've been in like 2 proper serious relationships, but 3. Have you forgiven yourself for past failure? Why or why not? I'm really hard on myself. Like, I'm really, really hard on myself. No, it's not easy for me to forgive myself for past personal failure. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like, you know, just like my upbringing, or like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not that I'm like striving to be perfect. Like, I feel like perfect doesn't exist. Like, that's not like a thing. But yeah, it's difficult for me. What is a strange occurrence you've experienced but have never or rarely shared with anyone? My last video. Like, my last video. That was so difficult because I knew like my family was going to watch it, and like I just didn't want anybody to be worried about me. Another strange occurrence like I've experienced, but like I rarely share with anyone, is when I was younger. I remember so clearly, like I was with my dad and we're sitting on the balcony in the house and we're looking out. It was in the evening and I can't remember what he was talking about. And I remember seeing angels. And I know this is so weird to say, but like it was like a horde of them. And I remember exactly what they looked like. They're very shapeless. Like I couldn't see wings or anything like that, but I just had this understanding, and I was really young, like maybe 7 or 8. And I knew that these were angels and they were rushing to go and help someone. And I've never really lost the visual. And I remember telling my dad about it and he was like, I believe you. Like, I believe you've seen them. What is one thing you would rather pay someone to do than do yourself? Everything. I don't like hard labor. I'll give you a good example. We just moved into this house, into this flat, and like we paid for, like we outsourced everything. Like the only thing I did was actually pack up my stuff. I want somebody to disassemble all the furniture. I want you to pack it up. I want you to load it on the van, bring it to the new place, and you still reassemble everything. Like I don't want to do anything. If it can be outsourced, I'm gonna do it. Because I said I can't. I don't like any form of difficulty in life. Please just do it. Do a good job and I'll pay you. What is something about yourself that you that you hope will change, but probably never will? Oh my god. I have a bad temper. I have like the kind that if I should open my mouth, I'm just gonna. And I feel like it takes a lot to get me to that point. Like it has to be that somebody's really pushing my buttons, or like you're provoking me to anger. But yeah, I have a very bad temper, and it's the kind of thing that like obviously the older I've gotten, the more I realize like you can't just blow up. Do you know what I mean? Like you need to take a step back and walk away. The problem lies in you wanting to walk away so you can or you want to go and lock yourself up for a while so you can get over it, and somebody trying to get information or like get you to talk about it right there and then. That is the point with which I, Chisara Moku, lose it. Then that day, we're all gonna go mad. It's going to blow up. It's going to be peak. because I warned you. Did I or did I not warn you? But you want to go there. So that's kind of like one thing that's like, it's not the best about me, like my temper. That's one thing like I do want to change. Will it change? Another thing is impatience. Honestly, those are like my I'm so impatient. I do not have one patient bone in my body. This is why like I can beef you, as in we will not speak again if you make me wait. God. If the person making me wait is now a man on top, nah. What drains your energy? 2020. What dreams have you given up on as unrealistic? This one is a little sad for me because like, I mean, I feel like before the incident of like, 2018, I feel like I definitely thought like by this age, like I would know who I was going to be married to, this age being 25. Not that I didn't see myself married now, but I thought I knew who he was. I'd picked down names and stuff, and like you just envision like a life with someone. It's not that I've given up on it as unrealistic. I'm just so cynical now. I don't know. It hasn't made it, it hasn't made that aspect of my life easy in any way. And even when I meet someone and they're amazing, like there's always that like, this will not last, or you know what, this is getting like really deep for no reason, so let's just not do that. What has been the hardest thing for you to face or learn? I feel like that there's good and bad, and that they're not always mutually exclusive. Like, I mean, a person is capable of both. Something can be good and bad at the same time. Something can be true and not true at the same time. Like, I forget what it is, like that ideology is called, but it's something that has been really difficult for me to learn, especially about myself. Like, just like knowing like like, you can make one person so happy, and you can be this amazing person like to your friends or your family, and you can make somebody else so sad. Like, I feel like that's one thing that has been like the duality, I guess is the word I was looking for, the duality of life. It's been a hard lesson to learn. Okay guys, I'm done with my questions. I think that was 30 questions, and hopefully this will be, oh, it'd be cool if I can do this 30 questions in 30 minutes. That would be cool. But there's that's a little bit about me, and I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know like what I'm doing on this platform between you and me, but I don't know, it's fun. Like, it's making me happy right now, and if it brings me joy, why not? Why the heck not? So yeah, this was really fun to do, and like get the questions and stuff. And hopefully, Chisara a bit more